let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex is
It's an
happy she
impossible
gets a gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there...
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh, boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this
Go
scenario.
ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror.
Mhm.
It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last
binge
week.
it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge-worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think. It's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. So 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
That was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh, shoot. You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No!
Put your
Oh, shoot.
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 234.
It is the post-Patrick week.
It is the post Patrick week.
We were so busy last week doing stuff every day, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did thirds all week. When you work third shifts, the days get confusing.
They really
I'm
do.
sure.
Like, I think I worked some of every single day last week.
Even the days you wanted to have off.
Yeah.
It's really Alex is still not caught up with sleep.
I'm not.
I woke
took
her up.
I took 2 naps today, or no,
Well,
one.
one full one.
I took 1 full nap today.
Yeah. You don't even know your number, your nap number.
No, I don't.
I could, but the thing is, you slept from like what 1 until like 5:30.
Today?
Yeah.
No, I fell asleep around like 2:30.
That's still a 3-hour nap. That's
I
almost a
know.
full sleep.
I know. It's going to be difficult for me to go back to bed tonight.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, then you can watch the Vikings game.
Yeah, that's tonight. That's gonna be exciting.
You're wearing a Vikings shirt. I'm wearing a Vikings hat.
My
You're
hat-
not wearing nothing.
I
No,
know.
I'm
Josh isn't supportive.
I'm wearing. Hey, I'm supporting the gaming community.
I'm calling cousins.
Like, imagine if Zelda was a
Nope.
girl.
No, I'm calling your boy and telling him that you're not supporting the team tonight.
It's a joke, by the way, but no.
Yes, I know.
Well, the thing is, no, I will support them, even though I'm not wearing their stuff. I'm sorry, excuse me, but it's
okay.
just been a week. It's been a week. I just felt like being a nerd today.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So yeah, it's just been I'm like Saturday. Okay, so it's dumb. All right, Friday night we went out
Yeah, we
to the
did.
bar,
Mhm.
and it's kind of crazy how dead it was, and it was great in the same sense. And it, like, of course, our social distancing that we were doing there was, pretty good, I think.
Here we go.
Oh no,
Here we back to it.
I thought it worked.
No, it's
Okay.
Josh,
okay.
I
I
thought
didn't-
you fixed
I didn't
it.
buy a new one like I said I was going to.
Just
so
hold on to the mic.
Just hold it like so.
We'll get it fixed eventually. So we went out Friday night, and we were thinking that this was going to be an intelligent move by going out and then like getting 3 to 5 hours of sleep,
Where'd you get the number 5, bro?
depending on what time we left.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we didn't know when the bar was
Got
done.
more like 2 hours of sleep.
Well, we went relatively early considering.
Yes, we did.
We did. Actually, like, that was
But
kind of
we
nice.
just-
I don't think we've ever been there before my mom's show
We were
started.
just
No.
having a good time.
It was a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, it was really nice. But oh my gosh, there she goes again. We went out to your mom's show, and the next morning, Patrick knocks at our door for us to leave to the airport
I wasn't even coherent for
at
that.
6:19 in the
Yep,
morning.
I wasn't coherent for that.
You wanted to leave at 6:30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got out of the city by 6:45. So.
Well, I didn't,
Well, we would have been there
I didn't help
earlier.
matters.
Oh yeah, because we went to go pick you up and you didn't
So
answer.
we pull up to your place, Brett, and Josh goes, it's like 6:40, and Josh goes, Patrick goes and knocks on your door a few times that you didn't answer. So he gets back in the car because it's it's cold, and Josh looks at the time, and it's 6:42, and he's like, I'm gonna give him till 6:45. If he doesn't answer, we gotta go. We don't have any time left.
No
Josh
stress.
gets out, knocks on your door again, and tries the doorknob, and then thought about the situation again.
Was it locked? Then?
Yes.
It was locked this
locked.
time, but Josh's like, I don't know if it's unlocked, if I should go in. He's like, I've kind of learned my lesson going in.
Well, it's not really a lesson.
Not
it's
a
just more
lesson,
of
but
a
just like
Precaution.
precaution about
yeah.
going into your house.
Right. Especially if you were like, you were pretty
I was
smashed.
Feeling pretty good, yeah.
It was a good night.
There were
Let's just
some
say
good
that.
photos too. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think that it was gonna be like when we first got there. I was just like, do I really want to be at the bar tonight?
It was a
Like,
party.
Then it
Yeah.
became a blast. Like we just had so much fun. It was a great time.
It was needed.
Yeah, it was real. And Alex pointed this out. Nobody had their phones out.
Nobody was, like, sitting
texting
here and, like,
or
doing
going on
this, like,
Facebook or
Everybody
anything.
was talking and having their own conversations and joining other people's. Like it felt like being human again. How about
Much
that?
needed
a gathering that was nice.
socializing, I guess.
Yes, it was. Yeah. And then, so yeah, over the weekend we've just been trying to catch up on sleep. Yesterday was like absolutely no socializing unless it's absolutely necessary.
I mean, what was yesterday?
Sunday,
What did we do?
watch football. Went to Exquisite Energy, got our shakes, and
That was yesterday?
had Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's right. We had our healthy shakes and then
Then we had Taco Bell.
we had Taco Bell, which did you notice I stopped eating it?
You said you were full.
Oh, it was more like my body was like didn't want it. I
Right.
was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So let's move into some other stuff to talk about today, guys. What do you guys want to go into?
Well, we can talk about the NFL.
Let's do it.
So, like I said, the Vikings play tonight. So
Mhm.
let's just look at the notables from the weekend. The Patriots beat the Ravens.
I couldn't believe it. That was immediately last night. Like,
Oh, I didn't see what the score was. What was it?
it was a one score game.
It was close.
It was like
Okay.
a 23-17
But
or something.
there throughout the game, it was just pouring rain.
Mhm.
So, and that always makes it difficult for like passing and stuff like that.
When you get to the
Um,
Seahawks, I got some stuff I gotta say.
The Seahawks, okay, so the Browns beat the Texans 10-7 in an incredibly boring game.
Lame.
I didn't even bother to watch the highlights.
What? I'm sure it was like a minute long highlight.
Probably,
Probably.
just probably the lowest scoring game, or one of them of the year across
the
the
year,
league.
Did
yeah.
Tim say anything about the Browns beating the Cowboys?
Mm-mm. I don't remember.
The Browns
That was a
did.
while ago.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I don't.
The Buccaneers, Tom Brady scored another 4 touchdowns and killed the
Holy
Panthers.
cow!
It's like it can go back and forth with the Bucks. They're either really on it or they are just not so good. Like last week they got killed by the Saints.
Yeah.
This week they killed the Panthers, both of which are divisional matchups. So that'll be interesting.
The announcers were saying that
Oh my gosh,
Tom
what was
Brady
it?
got spanked on
national television is what they said.
because they lost.
He's like
to-
about that national spanking last week.
Yeah.
Who'd they lose to?
The Saints.
Okay.
The way that they said that was like Josh and I looked at each other like, did he really just say that?
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest. I
It
didn't.
kind of a less professional thing for a
Yeah.
broadcaster to say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Dolphins beat the Chargers. The Dolphins are 6-3 with a rookie quarterback who's played 3 games and
That's that
is
weird
3-0. Tua
Tua?
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa.
Whoa.
Is his first name Tua?
Yes,
So
And Tunga-
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa is his last name.
That's a fun name.
So
We've
the
said it many
Dolphins haven't been
times.
good for years, and
No,
they're
they
probably going to win that division. So
That's saying a lot. For
yeah,
the,
that's big.
They're
that's
AFC,
big.
right?
Yes.
Well, hold on.
Well,
So-
they're in the division with the Jets, the Patriots, and the Bills. So it could go back and forth. The Bills are
Boo,
7-3. The Dolphins are 6-3.
I want to see the NFL standings for them. I just want to see like the AFC first.
Patrick's Raiders won, beat the Broncos. The Broncos are not any good.
I
The Steelers are 9-0. Killed the Bengals.
couldn't believe. Well, of course.
I mean, the Bengals, they're not any good, but they can score some points. Joe Burrow, the rookie quarterback from LSU, is pretty good.
Well, the Bills are 7-3.
Right, I just said that.
So you're saying the Dolphins were going to win their division?
Well, then I'm like, oh wait, the Bills are
Yeah.
really good too. Now the Bills would be 8-2, but in their game against the Cardinals, the Bills, Josh Allen, the quarterback, throws a touchdown pass to Stephon Diggs,
Mhm.
formerly of the Vikings. In
Oh
the
my God,
last
that play!
34
That
seconds.
was amazing.
The play of the freaking week, dude.
Which one? That one
More
or
of
the
like-
one
Well,
after it?
I think that it was the Cardinals play.
Yes. So Kyler Murray of the Cardinals then has 34 seconds to score, and he in
I
the
couldn't believe it.
11 seconds left, the last play, he scrambles, is running to his left, throws a bomb
Just
50 yards.
Yes.
I'm looking at this.
Moving to his left, he's right-handed, chucks it. DeAndre Hopkins catches it with 3 Bills around him for a touchdown. and
3
time
at the
runs
same
out.
time, and he comes up in the middle. It would look like the Minnesota Miracle catch.
Well,
almost.
no,
Or no,
no.
not the Minnesota Miracle. The one with not Cook. Who's the guy
have
that
no
jumps really
fucking
really
idea.
high that I really like?
Patterson.
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It
Jumped
was
up really
Patterson.
high, like above everyone, and caught the ball. Like
It was Patterson.
really.
Yeah, but he left the Vikings years ago.
Yeah, I know he's not on it anymore.
Yeah.
But like, I just remember seeing that play.
You can't ask me that kind of stuff on the spot anymore because they switch players. Like,
yeah, I know, but I'm
all the
talking
time.
about the play.
You know what? I'm not gonna remember that fucking play. I'll remember the
Anyway.
Minneapolis Miracle.
Either way, it
Get
was
outta
an-
here.
It was,
a
an
great
amazing
catch.
catch.
DeAndre
Amazing.
Hopkins is not all that tall, so for him to go up and get that
Right.
with 3 defenders around him is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
That division with the Cardinals winning then, so the Seahawks and the Rams are 6-3. The Niners aren't any good; they're 4-6, and then the Cardinals are also 6-3. So you have 3 6-3 teams
Yeah.
and a 4-6 team in the Niners in that division. So that could get pretty crazy for the NFC playoffs.
For the Seahawks, there was a 61-yard field goal.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
franchise
crazy.
history
Mhm.
and the longest in 2020.
Yeah.
So that's
guy-
just Seahawks
The
franchise.
guy
It's not.
from Buffalo was hitting some 50-yarders
I
too.
know, there's some
So
crazy
there's some
kicks.
Crazy kicks.
Mm-hmm.
As far as fantasy goes, I had a real good shot at winning. And
You did?
Two. I made 2 mistakes.
What happened?
Well, 2 of my players
oh,
put up.
I did see
goose
what you
eggs.
did. I did see what you did.
And then I had it in my head that Carson Wentz was going to kill the Giants because the Giants stink, but the Giants are putting a little run together here. And I should have known Ben Roethlisberger against a divisional team in the Bengals that aren't any good would just light it up. So
I don't know how you did
Wentz
that.
has 8 points in my lineup, and Roethlisberger has like 29 or something
Yeah,
on my
he has
bench.
29. I don't know why you did that decision. That's just
Just,
weird.
It's just a bad, not bad hunch I had.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
okay.
So I'm gonna lose.
Alex and I
Y'all
both
are
won.
winners,
We
right?
both won.
Yeah,
All of our players
yeah,
have
Rick's,
played.
Well, no, I have one tonight.
Well, you already ahead.
I know.
So. Rick's done.
Yeah, Rick's done. Sorry, Rick.
So yeah, no, you, Alex and I both won. Shane finally lost.
Shane
I saw
lost.
that, yeah.
by 4.3
But
points.
But he lost by the person we don't want to win.
Oh,
That's okay.
the guy who's 7-2.
Steven.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay.
I've really screwed myself because I'm at 500 now. So I need to put a little run here.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. A piece of hair.
I know,
Look
I
at
was
that
like,
thing
oh, I
floating
just
right
saw
there.
that.
That just flew right
I
off
saw it
your
on the
hat.
screen.
Pet dander, isn't it?
No, that's
It's-
fur.
Fur.
I don't know what it is.
I thought that is pet dander is fur.
No, dander and fur are different.
What's dander?
Like skin cells and stuff. Like stuff you would just like dust.
You never had dandruff?
Dandruff. Dandruff.
Yes, but I guess I just never put the two together.
Fur is hair.
I just figured pet dander was anything that comes off of the pet.
No, I think dander is like stuff
What
if you were to
just
like
said?
yeah, like if you were to like do scratch your head and stuff and powder comes off.
Yeah, right.
Powder.
That's all it like cells and stuff.
It's disgusting.
It's gross.
You know what? I mean, unless you have anything else to say about fantasy, I've kind of discovered something.
What?
I don't know how people can chew on ice.
Ask my mom.
Okay.
Well, Patrick was finishing up his Culvers yesterday.
Does he
the other
chew on
day, and
ice?
I'm like, how can you do that?
I have. I don't do it.
My mom,
regular.
like, I gotta text her and see.
How can someone do that? Like, what is the?
My mom's always done that. My dad, everybody hates it.
I actually hate the sound of ice in any container.
Do you chew ice?
You know,
So
like
random.
the sound. Like if you shake your cup right now, Brett, I'm gonna hate that sound.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why, but ice like clanking against each other,
Well,
I hate
it'd
it.
be worse than like a glass.
Absolutely, it would. Yeah, I don't know what it is about ice.
I don't know. My mom always drinks like a cup of tea and then puts a bunch of ice in it, and it's like almost like a nostalgia, like memory, like because you just hear like finish it, and then you just hear slurp the end of the tea, and then like crunch, 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 crunch.
No.
I'm like, Mom.
Well,
And
ice,
this lady's never had a cavity in her life, and her teeth are pristine. I'm like,
ice in the teeth is gross.
num, num,
I
num,
mean,
num.
ice in the tea.
Ice in the
gross.
tea.
Ice in the
You never had ice? No, you don't drink tea.
I don't.
I
No.
love tea.
Or any hot beverages.
Well, tea can be cold.
Tea can be
Coffee can be
cold.
cold.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is she doing in
She
here?
is constantly walking in and out of the room. That's what she's doing.
Is she nervous?
No,
Is she antsy?
I don't know what she's doing.
What do you want to talk about next? Let's talk about the movie club.
Okay. Okay.
I really want to talk about it.
Oh,
So-
so you watched it?
Of course he did. Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I know you didn't
Has
have a lot
he
of time.
ever?
I'm just saying,
skipped
like,
a movie.
I had to split it up. I watched some last night and some today because I worked third shift last night.
can I start?
Well, I have to get the whole thing about like it. Okay. So what the movie club is every single week we pick a movie to watch, and this week I chose Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It stars Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Kieran Culkin, and Anna Kendrick. A lot more stars.
A
in
lot
this movie,
more
too.
in
A lot
there.
more
Yeah.
stars. And the synopsis of the movie. In a magically realistic version of Toronto, a young man must defeat his new girlfriend's 7 evil exes one by one in order to win her heart.
Hey,
So
can I
you
start?
guys go ahead. You guys do your.
Well, I know
got
Brett's not
plenty
seen
of
it. I
stuff
just
to
want to
talk
say
about.
after, like, when did this movie come out?
2010.
2010.
2010. So after 10 years, this movie is still, like, amazing. Like, it's addicting to watch.
You like it?
Yes, like I feel like the effects of the movie, like the visual effects and stuff, are just like make the movie amazing.
It can almost be a timeless movie.
I guess I think it's a hidden gem, to
It
be
is.
honest. It's a hidden
see-
gem.
let
The
me see how
music
well
is
it did.
awesome. I don't consider myself any bit of a hipster, but I feel like this is like kind of like a hipster-ish movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I absolutely love this movie. I think this movie is amazing.
It barely doubled. Oh, whoa.
What?
That's real. It flopped
It
hard.
did? Yeah.
It flopped hard. Its budget was 85 million. Its box office was 48.
A lot of
Oof.
CG.
That's what I said. I feel like it was a hidden gem. I don't remember any advertising for this movie.
That's sad.
I don't remember it being like a go watch this movie at all.
Well, all my classmates. Well, I was in college when this came out.
And
They all said go see this.
I know, but that's because you were in a
Nerd class.
You were in a nerdy class, so
I
that's
was.
how we got to see some of these fun movies. It was like, oh, we have to watch Scott Pilgrim. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Right. It has an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What is
I mean,
what's
really
What's
good.
the viewer percentage?
Oh, I'm just looking at.
I was gonna say it's probably like in the 90s.
That's
would be my
critical
guess.
reception. So that's pretty good. Brett, did you like it?
I love this movie.
Did you
Nice!
really? Nice.
Awesome. I was like, man, I feel like he would like this, but at the same time, I could feel you ripping it apart. So
I was laughing the whole time, and the one part specifically where I had to pause because I was laughing so hard is when they're at the coffee place, and I can't remember what Scott says specifically, but he's like, and he goes shit. Because his ex-girlfriend is behind.
Yes,
Ramona.
Yeah.
I just lost it. It was so funny.
Envy. Yeah.
no, I like or the
part.
part where he's like, do you remember when Knives comes in and she's hitting on young Neil or whatever for the first time at the bar, and he's like, I gotta pee on her. Like it's his little thing in his head like lands between I've gotta go pee and I've gotta
Who's her?
get away from her or something.
Yep.
Oh, it was great. But
Yeah.
it was really cool. One thing I cracked up, the vegan police.
Yeah.
It's Tom Jane and Clifton Collins Jr.
I was gonna ask if you recognized Tom Jane. I was gonna ask.
I was pretty sure it was Clifton Collins, who isn't a big name, but
He's not.
he where I know him from mainly is Boondock Saints 2, which is
Yeah. We've
you
seen
know,
it.
People forget about that one, but
It's good.
it was that was Brandon Roth playing Todd.
Yeah.
So it's just really it's just a really cool movie.
Mhm.
So I love this movie since I first saw it. It's
Michael
funny.
Cera is great.
I
Yeah.
know,
Like I would argue he's better than
amazing.
this than he is in Superbad.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would say so.
Well, the director the director is Edgar Wright. He was working on another project before this movie came out. He saw Arrested Development
Yep.
that Michael Cera was in,
Yep.
and he's like, I have to have him as Scott Pilgrim,
Nice.
like
I
immediately.
think he was perfect.
All 4 members of the band spent weeks learning how to play.
Oh, to actually play.
Michael Cera actually already knew how to play guitar because he saw Juno,
He's
right?
bass.
No.
Oh, you never saw Juno?
Oh,
he
Juno's a
plays
really good
guitar
one,
and
too.
that and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, he had to tone down his talent because he had to make sure he wasn't like overshadowing everyone else.
I can't believe they didn't know how to play and they cast him anyway.
Right?
It's not that difficult, I think, to fake play.
It took a few weeks to work it out. Did you like the Seinfeld part?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the boo, ba-doo, ba-doo, boo. They got permission to use that.
I figured they would
And they actually got permission from Nintendo to get the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past music in this movie. I didn't recognize it anywhere, but apparently it was in there.
Yeah, I think it's at the beginning. Oh, and so this movie also made me download, like, it's been probably forever since I've changed a tone on my phone. And, oh my gosh, I wonder if I can play it real quick. There was a part where he turns on the computer or something and you hear, doo-doo. Do you remember what that is?
No, but I know I've heard it.
It is the Windows 3.1 startup screen.
Oh.
Once it like comes up, it's like that blue screen with the window, and it goes doo-doo.
Yeah.
So I changed that to my text message ringtone. I was like, oh my god, I haven't heard that in forever.
I also I thought it was really funny where Aubrey Plaza's character is cussing and
They
bleep
bleep
it
her
out.
out all the time.
The one thing
she just hates Scott. It's hilarious.
Well, the thing about that scene that you might not have noticed is it's actually really interesting how they did it. Like, okay, so Alex and I've been watching a lot of visual artists react to CGI and stuff, so we're kind of
They
seeing
actually
how
did
all
this movie.
What?
They did this movie.
Oh, they did.
Yes, remember when Scott Pilgrim is
I
fighting
asked if they did.
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
And he falls from the.
Oh, they're talking about the transition.
Of him falling, like getting hit into the
castle.
building and then
Yeah.
falling down.
That scene with Chris Evans is probably one of my favorites.
Something about getting blazed back in my window.
Well, yeah, that reference was to Wesley Snipes in Blade Trinity.
Oh, okay.
He's like, sometimes I let my stuntman do the wide shots when I get blazed back in my
yeah,
Winnie.
that makes total sense.
Okay.
And the stunt doubles are actually Chris Evans' stunt doubles.
For real?
They're actually his stunt doubles.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yes.
What is it, you guys want a coffee or something? No,
I'm good. No. The 8-bit Universal opening was just a concept.
Oh, I love the
That was
8-bit.
great.
The test audiences loved it. That was their first draft.
Oh, yeah.
The Universal logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And the director told the actors not to blink during takes.
So after you pointed that out, I've watched everyone.
Yep.
And everyone, if you notice, like, you'll have to go back and watch it. Everybody's having conversations like this the whole time where their eyes are super wide, like to make
There's
it
a
look
few
more
blinks
like
here and there,
anime,
of course, but-
I guess I
basically.
never really noticed.
Well,
but-
when they blink, it's very much like I can't hold it anymore, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blink.
Yeah.
But like it's a ridiculous amount of time.
Kim, the drummer,
Yeah.
never loses her
Yeah.
gaze.
Yeah.
She never stops staring.
Yeah.
She's never blinked.
Mhm.
The only time she closes her eyes is when she does her little drum thing, when she's clicking her sticks.
Yeah.
So did you notice that when he was fighting the 7Xs that there were different numbers being shown?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to look it up, and there's some that were actually like kind of hidden here and there.
Mhm.
But the one that really was interesting to me was the logo for Gideon Graves is a 7 turned sideways. Like
Yeah.
that one I had to look up. And Scott Pilgrim drinks Coke Zero, and he also
Right.
wears a Zero shirt that says Zero on
Yeah.
it. So he's not an evil X yet.
Yet.
The Pac-Man story's true.
Oh, sure.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, the Puck Man.
Puck-Man, that's
Mhm.
that's actual true. And all the voiceovers were done by Bill Hader.
Yeah.
I saw that on
Mhm.
IMDb.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know where I found that out. What else do we have to say about this movie? In the original ending, Scott stays with knives.
Oh,
That's
really?
that's the comic book
If
ending.
that was gonna happen, I'm like, well, what was the whole point of all of this then? You know?
But you do see how well they work together at the end.
Sure.
You know, that was kind of right there. I'll keep hoping for a sequel on this.
I would totally see.
They
a
did
sequel.
They did a 10th anniversary over this summer, and did a read through of I don't know what kind of script it was, but I read into it. It's a different Scott Pilgrim script. I don't know. But they brought back the whole cast.
Well, the fact that it lost money doesn't bode well for a sequel.
Right, unless it gets independently
Funded.
Yeah. Mhm.
like Super Troopers 2 did. They should do it.
Yeah.
They could totally do it. I mean,
I
Michael
just
Cera's
I've
not
not
getting any
found
younger.
He
like I
isn't.
seriously thought Brett was going to be the first person to ever like the first person I've met to tell me they didn't like this movie.
I think everybody was on
I've
it too.
never ever met anybody that has said, "Oh my gosh, I don't like that movie," or "I didn't really care for it," or "It was okay." Everybody has said this movie's great.
Hmm.
When he walks into the apartment and turns the light on,
You
Which-
may have just seen
the guy's
some man's junk.
Some man's junk.
And what is he? Oh,
I don't
crap.
remember what
He has a whole line with it. Oh,
Yeah.
I Kieran Culkin.
I
he's
thought he was
awesome.
actually really, really good in this too.
kicker in the ball.
Yep. It's a good movie. 10 years old, guys. I mean, it's great. And just the cast that's in it. There's so many people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Just
Just-
with
The
a
cast
bunch of
is perfect.
cameos.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah, perfect cast, I'd say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's anything else we really need to say about it. It's a great film. Scott Pilgrim goes through a journey in this movie, and it's wonderful. It's a gaming movie. If you're a gamer,
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Brett, you are choosing this week. Have you thought of what you
I
want to
do,
do?
or I have. So I'm gonna go with Jack Reacher.
Jack Reacher.
Have y'all ever seen it?
Yes,
Really?
I have.
Pull it up.
It's Tom Cruise.
Do you want me to just?
Just what's the synopsis?
Okay.
I think he's like a highly trained military.
Military?
guy.
Yeah, we've seen it.
I haven't. And
Okay.
I've been wanting to.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
I'll watch it again. I haven't seen
I
it
was
in
actually
years.
just going to tell you about it, but that's defeats the purpose.
Yes, it does. doesn't
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember
Yeah,
much of it.
we watched it while we were living in.
Did we see the sequel?
Might have. We watched it while we were in our first apartment here.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yes.
I know we all like John Wick.
Yes.
So I
It's like that, but John Wick does not hold a light.
Well,
Or this movie does not hold a light to John Wick. How about
Okay.
that? That's what I mean.
Well, it only spawned one sequel, whereas John Wick is a whole.
No, I'm talking about like the
following.
action in this movie
Yeah.
versus John Wick.
Oh yeah. It's kind of. I remember it being kind of like the Transporter.
Okay.
If you remember that.
Yeah.
That's a really
I think
good
I've
one.
only seen the first one of that, and I think I only saw it once, and it was forever ago.
Right.
So I think the first Transporter came out in 01.
Mm-hmm.
Check that.
Let's check it. Check. Fact check on Brett. God, I can't go on my home screen. Alex, I think I might have to just change my phone to what you have so you can use it. Transporter. 2002.
Crap.
Close.
It was close.
Wait,
There
what?
were 3 of those. That was Statham.
And then they made Transporter Refueled.
Was that Statham?
No.
I didn't think so.
That was another. Yeah, that was the guy from. I don't know if you know this guy. Ed Skrein. He was Ajax in Deadpool. You ever see Deadpool?
Yeah.
Oh, Ajax.
I watched it with you guys.
Yeah, Ajax, the main villain in Deadpool. He's the Transporter. It looks like a prequel because he looks younger. I don't know. I don't know if that's supposed to be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
A little.
He looks familiar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I said one movie we saw him in, but the other one's that other big one that he looks like the guy from. Oh my gosh! Now my stuff's not loading. This is my phone, Alex. I needed to get a new phone.
Oh.
Mine's fine.
Oh no.
Yep.
Mine's fine.
Anyways, moving on from there. Now that I can't use my phone.
What's going on with the PS5?
Apparently, they are crashing.
Yeah,
Right.
What was the thing
launch
that I
console has
heard?
issues.
What was the
Go
thing
ahead.
that I heard about people blowing vape?
We're not talking about the Xbox. We're talking about PlayStation.
Oh, that was the
So,
place or the Xbox.
People
Okay.
were trying to make it look like it was smoking, so they
Mhm.
blew vape smoke into the top air vents, and it would blow it back.
Yeah.
So I guess somehow they got busted, and because Microsoft literally made a tweet that said, "I can't believe we have to say this, but please don't blow vape smoke into your Xbox Series X."
Especially, I mean, that stuff can stick to your hardware, dude. That stuff
vape
can.
smoke is like
It's a viscous.
it's sticky. It's
Yes.
got
Residue?
sugar in it.
Residue.
Yes. Vapor. Well, let's get into the science of this, guys. So, vegetable glycerin is one of the key ingredients to vaping products, and that stuff is used in all of your. It's a
It's used in everything.
it's a sweetener. And along with propylene glycol, those two items are in your vape stuff, in your vape products. I mean, if you're buying it from the USA. And that stuff, it does have a little bit of a residue that can leave on things. So if you blow it into your hardware, you're ruining your circuitry. Don't be idiots, okay?
Don't eat grass.
Don't eat grass. But apparently there's no game linked to the PlayStation 5's crashing. There's no game. And the one of the known ways to fix it is to reset your PlayStation back to factory settings.
Yep.
So you were saying, I think I heard you say that's why you don't buy first generation.
Well, no, I have bought first generation every time, I think,
Mhm.
but in this generation, there's nothing to play on it.
Miles Morales.
Well, I'm not getting the PS5 for a while. I can only afford to get one right away, and it's going
Right.
to be the Xbox.
Samesies.
So,
Yeah.
not to mention the fact that you can't even get them right now.
Yet. there's ads for Black Friday that I've seen. It's
Right,
like, well,
like
good luck.
we know that the company that I work for is going to have them online only, which means you're going to have to sit there 5 minutes before the time, F5, F5,
F5. Like on
F5.
Big Bang Theory when they're trying to get Comic-Con tickets.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
Yes.
The odds of getting one are just very slim.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the way it goes.
There's not going to be availability until early next year, I think.
Why are they doing that to them? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, are they saying it's due to the coronavirus or?
I mean,
haven't heard
everything
any
might be
reason.
anything to do at home is going to be an increased supply and demand due to Corona.
Yeah, they're already pulling the teepee off the shelves here again.
It's because we're going into another lockdown.
We're not really going. We're rolling into.
We
a little,
are prepping into going into a full lockdown.
Right, but my God, I saw a photo on one of our friends who still works at Walmart, and he just said they're at it again.
Well,
Didn't you learn the first time that it didn't
You don't
matter?
need to do that.
You should have been stocked up on your teepee already for your year's worth that you bought at the beginning of the year.
well, we're
Or the middle of the year.
The grocery pickup, which is the department that I'm in, it's coming on hard again, which is why I'm so tired.
Yeah, you are, dude.
Oh,
But
my job's about to get real bad again.
I'm just over
Going
here,
back to,
just like
I'm 100%. We're going back to.
I'm like the
curbside.
Spider-Man at the desk. And all my friends are working hard at work, and I'm over here just printing labels, working graphics. I mean, I could do labor if it's necessary. But
Well, you
my
do
God.
mental labor. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just not all work has to be physical.
It doesn't. I
It's
mean,
just
oh my
my
gosh.
job is very both mental and physical, so
Well,
it wears me out.
I mean,
completely.
most physical jobs do have a mental toll too. You gotta think about it. If they get
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
but overwhelmed. But I'm saying like I have a lot of science and math and biology and stuff that goes into what I do. So it's like
Yeah, Brett, I saw like your
problem
lock
solving
screen.
and-
You have stuff that is like planned stuff for your work on your phone right there.
Phone and on my watch for quick reference.
That's crazy. It's like you guys. I wish I could help. You guys, like, how can I? Yeah, but you guys have that physical job, you know. And Brett, you're just getting overworked.
Mhm. And unfortunately, there's really no end in sight. And
Exactly. I
the whole-
was like, there's really no end. It's actually more like people are like, oh, be optimistic. I'm like, optimistic that November's here and it's flu season. Corona's at an all-time high. I'm like, how is this optimistic?
what's there to be optimistic about?
Nothing. The fact that my birthday this year is going to be the absolute most boring, stupid of them
Boring,
all.
boring.
You're over 30, it
or
doesn't
awesome?
matter.
Fine, you're not invited to my party, my no party.
But-
Boring or awesome? I mean,
It's
You're a
nice.
gamer.
It's nice to go out and have a drink or two on your birthday, and I'm like, bars are gonna close again.
mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm.
that's just how it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Like everything's gonna close back up.
I mean, and we have to see what January is gonna bring. I mean, after the
Inauguration.
The inauguration.
Yeah, my guess is nothing good.
Well,
Well, we don't know that.
Just
Well, plus you have,
predicting.
I mean, in my case, you have the holidays coming up, which increases buying.
It does.
But
I think we're gonna see. I mean, we're seeing a surge now with Corona. I think after Thanksgiving, it's gonna go way up,
Way up or
way up, way up.
because of
People getting together for Thanksgiving.
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's just
my immediate family already said we're just doing a thing at my folks' house, like immediate only.
that's kind of what
Which
we're doing.
I'm hoping a lot of people are doing immediate. Or I mean, even if you're planning on doing something, it's not, oh, let's get 20 family members together.
Right.
Because I think Indiana just went down. I don't know what it is or what it was before, but it said groups of 25 or less is what's.
That still seems like a lot.
I'm like, that's a lot of people.
And if you're talking about inside a house,
It said inside and outside groups of 25 or less, and I'm like, that's a lot of people.
It's still a lot.
Like you're talking about classrooms and stuff getting shut down, and they only have like a handful of kids, and they're still getting Corona. Like a whole entire. I learned today that somebody's down in they live in southern or mid Indiana. Their whole elementary school got shut down because all of the teachers are positive, and then the high school teachers are taking over the elementary school kids.
wow.
Yeah, because all of the elementary teachers tested positive.
So we can't. I don't want to even start
I
thinking
just
about
can't imagine being
what's going on with
like
teachers are getting overwhelmed.
I know,
too.
like I thought my job was hard. I can't imagine a teacher's job right
I
now.
saw someone post something about a teacher. They were doing something, learning how to do e-learning stuff, and they're just like getting overworked at home. You know?
Well, yeah, because you have to do it from home.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, some of them go to the school and they do it from there. but
right, but that's not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It's
sucks.
just it's.
Well,
it's
I
bad.
mean, we knew this was coming. It's the winter. Well, we didn't necessarily know this was coming.
It shouldn't be too much of a surprise, I guess.
No. Anyways,
Anyway, that's depressing. Let's move on.
Yes, no more depressingness. That's the update on Corona, because I wanted to do a part on this show just because we've not talked about it, because it's been kind of, I don't want to say at bay, but like it's stayed pretty calm for a while, and I want to say the last 4 to 6 weeks.
Mhm.
it's now like it used to be like, I think from February when it kind of first February, March of this year when it first started to become a big thing, all the way up until like the summer, it was kind of like you saw, or at least in our inner circle of people, it was like, a friend of a friend of a friend that had it, or a friend of family member that had
family
it.
That's
and
had it
now it's, I can actively tell you right now 5 people that I know personally that have it.
Yeah.
And everyone at work is the same exact way. And we're going through rounds of, at work, we're doing rounds of, oh my gosh, she's got a cold. Oh my gosh, she's throwing up. Oh my gosh, she's got a fever. Like everybody's quarantine. Or this
but they're
kid's
testing negative.
So far, everybody's negative. That's the thing. But like we're knowing family members, we're knowing close friends that have it. Like it's now in the inner circle.
Yeah. I mean, but Indiana, well, okay, not just Indiana, but the Midwest. We know a lot of people in the Midwest. Let's just say that. And the Midwest takes longer for things to get to it more than the larger areas.
Yeah.
To be honest, because the Midwest isn't as crowded and it's not as populated.
I actually got a call to arms letter again.
You did?
I did.
Did you
because
sign up for it?
I have an Indiana medical license, and everybody at the beginning of the year, probably about, I think I talked about this before.
This time they're demanding it though.
It sounds like they're in a lot more need of it now. Like they're saying, like, if you have a license and any bit of medical
they better be
knowledge,
paying you properly for it.
This time it says including students.
They better incentivize you properly.
No, they said they'll pay you for it.
Yeah, but
I don't know how much.
The wage matters at this point.
It all just depends.
Risk versus reward.
It all just depends.
I'm saying.
You can volunteer and get paid for it. It's whatever you want to do is
right.
what the lady had told me on the phone.
Yeah.
So.
Disney is looking to reboot Darkwing Duck.
I saw that. And Seth Rogen is going to be in charge of it.
Well, he's producing so far. This is a rumor. It's a rumor mill.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't done an official announcement, but I mean, Disney's just, I don't know if they're, I don't know if, well, I mean, they could do something well with that, I guess. They did it to DuckTales. I don't know how that's going. I don't watch it, but it's not for our generation.
It's just not, it's insignificant in my opinion.
It makes me want to go back and keep watching the old ones because I was doing it for a while and then I stopped. I don't know why. I think it's just because I moved on to another show, But I'm not that upset about it. I mean, new generation watches it. They've already rebooted DuckTales multiple times. They've also added what was that? The Quack Pack.
But
that wasn't necessarily.
That was 25 years ago.
Right. That was in the mid '90s when that came out. So, anyways, yeah. I read that today and I thought that was fine, I guess. Disney's looking for more properties at this point. They have to be.
Yep.
Everyone's getting burned out of superhero stuff. I'll tell you that. I mean, I wasn't even looking forward to Black Widow this summer if it came out. I don't even know if I would have seen it. And I'm not even excited about the WandaVision show coming to Disney Plus.
I think it looks okay.
Been watching The Mandalorian though. We got to watch the next episode.
We're behind on one.
Are you ever going to pick that up, Brett?
Doubt it.
Or The Boys?
I'd watch The Boys before I'd watch Mandalorian.
It's a breath of fresh air. We finished season 2 the other day. Just going into some playing and watching here. But yeah, we finished the season of The Boys. Season 2 is actually really good. Alex says it's better than the first season. Are you looking up something?
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. What is it?
That's about Elon Musk.
Oh, great. Brett, here you go.
It's a good thing, and it's interesting. It's about video games.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going into space again.
Well, we're eventually going to go into that.
Well,
we just sent another 4 people up to the International Space Station. I think they're docking at 10:30 tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. So another 4 people. We just did that in July.
Yeah.
So, and we're prepping to go to Mars.
That's kind of crazy.
It's crazy, but it's so cool. Fred don't give a crap.
It's not him or anybody he knows going, so it's humanity. But
it's a great accomplishment, but I just cannot muster any enthusiasm for it.
Until it happens?
Sure.
I mean, when it happens, it's legendary.
This is Brett at age we're not ever gonna get there until 75, and then Brett's gonna be sitting there I wonder if Alex is still alive. And then you're gonna call me on your your iPhone.
What are you saying?
I'm pointing at my actual eye. Your iPhone. You're just gonna be call Alex. Alex, I guess we made it to Mars. Whoop-de freaking do.
She's saying in the future, if it happens,
in the future,
and we're old, you're not gonna care.
Yeah, probably not.
You really won't. No,
So anyways, about Elon Musk, because the 4 people that went up there, they're it's SpaceX. SpaceX is now collaborating with NASA.
they already did, but now they're.
But it's like
now
it's
they
a
have-
big
yeah.
official, like they're working together.
Mhm.
And this was the first time. I think they're I'm gonna get it wrong. I'm probably gonna mess it up. But the way that it sounded, because I didn't read too much into it, the way that it sounds like these are NASA trained astronauts, not SpaceX, but they took NASA astronauts on SpaceX.
Yes,
is what
that's
it
what they
was.
did with the last one.
No, those were SpaceX.
Those were SpaceX.
Yes.
Oh.
That's why when they went up there and they had their uniforms, it was a SpaceX uniform.
Well, they should
were
be
the
wearing
first
that
a-
anyway.
They were the first SpaceX team
If
to
they're
go
gonna
up.
use his ship, you're gonna wear his logo, bro.
Well, either way, that's what it was. So now it's like NASA's like, ooh, okay, so whatever. So anyways, Elon Musk says playing video games is how he and many of the best software engineers got into programming.
Oh. Well, I mean,
I just thought it was like a
course.
bit, because he's kind of like our Bill Gates.
He developed
so-
IBM. IBM. It's a computer company.
What,
She
you
doesn't
don't
know
know
what
what
it is.
IBM
I don't
is?
know.
Oh my
Maybe.
God.
You don't know what IBM is? There's
Sure.
a photo of Elon Musk on the internet with let me look it up here. It
said before Elon Musk became obsessed with space travel and electric cars, he was a kid who played a lot of video games. So when I looked up things about this, what came up on Google was Elon Musk's top 10 video games. And I was like, oh, you know
find
what?
this photo now.
Elon Musk's top video games or favorite video games share a pattern. His favorites are Saint Row 4.
Okay.
Saints Row 4.
Yes, Fallout 3
Damn.
and New Vegas, Mass Effect 2, BioShock, Half-Life 2, and
Oh, BioShock's on there. I like that.
and Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Come on, Alex.
I've never played it.
Deus Ex. This is the photo I was looking for.
D-E-U-S, Deuce.
Deus.
Deus Ex.
Deuce would be D.
Oh no, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't IBM. It was PayPal. I'm sorry. I'm gonna retract that statement. It was PayPal. Oh, that's a terrible photo.
Yeah, it is.
It's really. Why did it say that was so large? And then I clicked on it. It's like, look at that. It says it's 1200 by 800. I click on it. It's a freaking thumbnail.
Deuce Ex.
Shut up.
I'm never gonna get that out of my head either. Good job, Alex.
Screw you, guys.
Have you ever played Deus Ex?
No! I don't even know what Deus Ex is.
It's kind of like Cyberpunk before it was Cyberpunk.
A futuristic role-playing game.
Yeah.
Both of you, man.
Why? What? What's
I don't
matter?
ever read anything. You make fun of me.
I didn't do anything.
I did.
I told you what it was. So yeah, this is the
Deus.
photo I was talking about. It's Elon Musk, and he developed PayPal. That's what it is. And look at that. He definitely got some hair done.
Plugs.
Yeah, something.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
I mean, look at that. That's kind of what I looked like when I was in my mid-20s before I started shaving my head.
You grew your hair out.
Right? I mushroom out like that.
Yeah, but
You know, right
you
now, if
never,
I did that,
you
it'd look like
never
that.
got that bad.
It could, though. It could.
You never got that bad.
Anyways, moving on. from
Anyways,
there.
I thought that was cool. We have another few people landing in 7, 8, like another 3 or 4 hours
Mhm.
into the space station.
We'll be
again.
watching the Vikings.
Oh, so they showed because they brought up the dragon, that little stuffed dragon or something the last time that
yeah,
was
what's
flying
going on
around.
with that?
So now there's Baby Yoda on this one.
Oh no.
There's a Baby Yoda plush toy or something that
Well,
they
the
brought
dragon,
in there.
the dragon was some guy's daughter's
Yeah.
stuffed animal. It wasn't like anything
I know, but
specific.
they brought up, so somebody
just for funsies this time. Okay.
they brought on Baby Yoda this time, and it's just
Right.
there's a little snapshot of Baby Yoda flipped upside down and hovering in the.
So is it
Zero
like
gravity.
one of the life size ones that's like a replica one?
No, it's like a little bit bigger than this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's cute. You can tell it's him.
Let's you want to talk about the fan question?
Yeah.
Let's go into that. Brett, you came up with this one, and it's about trilogies, and we're going into trilogy trivia here eventually. Where I can't find my mouse, man. I'm lost. Oh, is this because it's turned off? So what was the question again, Brett? It was
I basically just asked, what are your favorite trilogies and what makes a good trilogy?
right.
Because there are trilogies that I think are not very good trilogies, and I'll give an example.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park, I don't think is a very good trilogy.
Because the third one doesn't.
It kind of falls apart. There's a couple things it does well, which is it goes back to the beginning because you have Dr. Grant and Ellie is in it. Very small role Ellie has, but Dr. Grant is in it and he's the main character. Whereas in the Lost World, there was no Dr. Grant. It was all Ian Malcolm.
Right.
But number 3 just isn't very strong on its own as a movie, so I don't think Jurassic Park is a real strong trilogy.
They were writing that movie as they were filming it. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Joe Johnston was actually getting he didn't want to do it.
Now it does kind of follow the rules where the main villain is bigger and badder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have the Spinosaurus that was a lot bigger than a T-Rex. It actually kills a T-Rex in a big fight, a big expensive fight. But it was not to be trifled with.
Yeah, we I just got a notification. What? Hold on, I gotta read this.
We're doing a show here.
I'm sorry, might be important.
If I did that, you'd fucking.
This is family.
Oh.
I don't know.
Anyways, so do you want to go ahead and you were talking about your trilogy?
So if I had to pick one trilogy as my favorite, it would be Back to the Future.
Okay.
Ooh, that's okay.
And I think
I can argue though about that.
Okay.
Brett.
Here's why.
Okay.
It goes one by one by one. They are all connected by a matter of minutes.
They are.
Okay. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I love it. You could argue that Lord of the Rings is the same way.
It is, yeah. Well, they filmed it
bam, bam,
one,
bam.
back to back to back to back. And then, I didn't talk about the meme here that we have up on the screen. The entire plot of Lord of the Rings. It's Mike Wazowski yelling at Sully, "Now put that thing back where it came from, or so help me."
That's exactly the movie.
That's the whole trilogy of Lord of the Rings. Now you asked what makes a good trilogy. A lot of times when I think about that, it's when it wraps up everything.
Yeah,
when it wraps
number
up
3, that's kind of the same thing as going back to the beginning,
yes.
maybe a little bit, but a lot of times 3 wraps it all up, but then 4 comes along,
Yeah,
so,
it can ruin it.
Another example, Die Hard. So you have 1, 2, 3. They kind of stand on their own. They just have a little bit of previous history to build up.
They do,
In 3, John tells Zeus all about dropping Hans Gruber off the Nakatomi Plaza. So he's referring to 1 in 3.
His name is Zeus? I don't remember.
Yes.
Why do I not
Samuel L. Jackson's character's name is Zeus.
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about Jeremy Irons' character. I was like,
his name is what is his name? Hold on.
Don't ask me.
Oh my gosh.
Hans Gruber and I don't know.
Simon,
that's it.
Ah.
I'm sure I could have got it, but my brain is on the fritz a little bit.
Wow, that really just scrambled my brain for a second. And that kind of brings it back to the beginning, because it brings it back to that was his brother.
Usually always a reference to the first, but in Live Free or Die Hard number 4, if you don't know John McClane's character, you don't know anything he did prior to the events in Live Free or Die Hard because he doesn't really talk about
There's
it.
no reference.
All he does is talk about how, when you're a hero, nobody cares. And you end up eating a lot of meals by yourself. Your kids hate you. Your wife leaves you and all that crap.
Was it Carl Winslow?
Reginald, yeah.
Yeah.
Reginald Bell Johnson.
Is he's still active, right?
He's alive. I don't think he's acting.
He should have done a cameo in 4 then.
Sure.
I mean, that would have been brilliant.
Even if it was a phone call, you know?
Oh, phone call would have been great.
Yeah.
Like they did in 2.
Well, that was it. That was his entire role in number 2.
I know. I can't wait to get back into watching Die Hard.
Josh is like, it's almost Die Hard season.
It's Die Hard season.
Die Hard and Home Alone season.
Home Alone season. Yep. Those are the two. Franchises I'm excited about. What's your favorite, Alex? We haven't really moved on down the line here.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty basic bitch when it comes to this though.
Star Wars.
No.
Okay. That's basic.
No.
Okay. What?
Lord of the Rings.
That's fine. That's a great trilogy.
I know, but it's I just feel like when I watch those movies, I can't get enough of that.
Really?
Everything is
I'm happy I married you then because I've heard people are like, I can't stand Lord of the Rings. Patrick didn't like Lord of the Rings.
I love Lord of the Rings.
I don't like the Hobbits. But
I don't like the Hobbits.
The Lord of the Rings
nope,
are
I'm
solid.
keeping this out of cannot compare. No.
Well, if you think about it, if you think about Lord of the Rings, it's if the third one, spoiler alert, is about Aragorn becoming who he originally who he was.
Who he's supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
It's seriously like watching Game of Thrones, really.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's why we like Game of Thrones, because it's a lot like Lord of the Rings.
Game of Thrones is a lot more graphic.
A lot? I don't think a lot is a word. Like, I think it's like graphic and not graphic.
It's not really comparable.
Not comparable.
Is there what, PG-13 versus TVMA?
Yes.
It's just, like, MA is like not even enough for Lord of the Rings. There's like,
Game
or
of
not
Thrones?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones has like its own rating.
They don't show sex, but there is sex happening in Game of Thrones.
What are you talking about? They do show
Do
sex.
you see penetration?
Yes,
You don't.
That's what he means.
You don't see it. You don't see the act happening.
It's not pornography.
No.
It's borderline pornography.
You see a lot of nudity on both sides.
And you see a lot of sex.
You don't see the actual action happening, so it's not NC-17.
You understand what he's saying?
I'm saying it's not NC-17. It's rated mature. It doesn't go farther than that. It
I
can't.
wouldn't let my teenager watch this.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
No, I'm understanding what he's saying.
All right. Well, screw you then. Anyways, Lord of the Rings for me, definitely. And I think it's a lot like Brett said, like what makes a good trilogy. I like when they're all connected together.
Right.
How the story continues. It's not just, oh, they meet up halfway, or years down the road we're doing this separate adventure, or like I like Lord of the Rings is more like a very long movie broken up into 3 movies.
I'm trying to think of all the trilogies I've watched now. I didn't really.
There's a lot more
There's
than
a lot.
you realize.
I've got 2 that I can just.
So
say
I looked up the top.
Well, let me tell my
trilogies.
favorites before
I know,
you get
I'm
into
telling
that.
you that, so I have it.
I have 2 that are really like I can't. One of them's the Toy Story trilogy. Like 1, 2, and 3 of Toy Story, perfect. 4 was fine. It's like a side story. You don't need it. You don't need 4. But the trilogy of Toy Story is great. I mean, it takes you through the journey of childhood to adulthood, and that's what's necessary with toys. I mean, it's a legit human element, and it's great. The other one is the Nolan Batman trilogy.
I thought about that, but I really like.
The Dark Knight Rises is the weakest of the 3.
I know, like that's the thing. I was like, I can always turn on Lord of the Rings. I tried it like because that was my second choice was Batman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could argue. I mean, Batman and Batman Returns and Batman Forever. That's a good trilogy.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
it's more like I think like that's a good nostalgia trilogy. It's not like, oh my god, you like this is like going to
I'll tell you why that
go
doesn't
down to my children kind of thing.
I'll tell you why that doesn't work for me.
That trilogy.
As a trilogy.
Why?
Well, first of all, you have in number 3 you would have character change or actor change. Doesn't work for me. Plus,
right, I guess
that's
what ruins a movie.
the aesthetics of everything changes in 3.
Yeah.
So you would have no idea they're even. It's almost like a reboot.
Yes. Yeah.
So it
That's why I don't
Okay.
see. So I mean, that kind of answers our question there about what makes a good
It's got to
trilogy.
be
That's kind of like the
consistent. It's got to be
trilogy right there.
consistent to the original.
especially
Yeah.
the main actor.
Yes.
I mean,
obviously changed. I mean, the only thing that links those 4 is the actor, and I don't even know his name, that plays Alfred.
oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it. I knew his name. I know.
He's always going to be Alfred though.
Yes.
Right.
Like he's the original Alfred.
So what? So you have a top.
I have just like I can do the top 10. It's a list from IMDb that is 35 best trilogies of all time according to
Do like the top 5.
Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, and IMDb. So number 1 is Lord of the...
Start with number 5.
Wait, you're going opposite?
I was gonna do the top 10 because it's really not.
All right, do the top 10. But
Top
start with
10.
number 10.
Top 10 is Batman. That one, the one that you were talking
The Nolan
about.
one?
The
You
Nolan.
mean number 10? You said top 10 is Batman.
It's okay.
Well, okay, it technically is top 5. Whatever. So I'm just gonna do the top, going from number 10. So Batman, the Nolan series or the
Yes.
Nolan trilogy.
Yes.
Okay.
The Star Wars series, the original 3.
Okay.
Next is The Godfather.
Okay.
Oh, so this is actually the top 3 because they have it plugged in 3, 3, and 3. And then
okay.
yeah, so not top
That's
10,
dumb.
but yeah. And then and then number 1 is Lord of the Rings.
I can't find this damn actor. Jesus.
Michael Caine was.
I know Michael Caine was the other one.
What Jeff is saying, Michael Caine is.
Yeah, that's not the one we're
Is
talking
Christopher
about.
Nolan's. I'm talking about Joel Schumacher's
Yep.
and Tim Burton.
Toy Story is on this list, babe. It's like
What was-
it's technically
Michael
in the top 5.
Gough,
Well-
Gough, Gough.
Michael Goff.
Back
I
to
think.
the Future's
name.
in the top 15.
What was number 1?
Lord of the Rings.
It's perfect. Lord of the Rings is a perfect
I agree.
kind of, but it's one
I just thought it was
story.
like I just felt like it was very basic to choose, but I was thinking about all
I didn't
of
think
the,
it was that basic.
I don't know. I feel like it's a safety net. Like, oh, like to be original or something like that. I'm like, no, I really like Lord of the Rings.
I can casually watch anything in the sense that I can stop and come back to it.
Yeah.
I have to cut out time and make sure I can watch each movie.
Are we ever gonna do trivia on
beginning to
that?
end.
Oh, geez, that's kind of like
Probably
each
not.
movie is like 3 hours long.
I don't know if we'll have to watch them. We've seen them plenty of times.
I
I'd still
don't know
love to
them well
watch
enough
them.
to put together some good
Hmm.
trivia.
Okay, that makes sense. So we got a comment on YouTube saying that the Indiana Jones trilogy was Jeff's favorite.
That's also a
That is a good one.
tricky trilogy because they could all stand alone by themselves if they had to.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few nods in Last Crusade to characters from Raiders,
Yeah.
but like if you didn't know by reading stuff, you wouldn't know that Temple of Doom is a prequel.
I
It's
hate Temple of Doom. Get out of
Josh
here
does
with
not
that.
like
It's the
Temple.
worst
I know.
one.
But at the same time, I don't even like to count number 4. It could also stay on its own, but it also kind of goes towards number 1 or loops back to number 1 with Marion and the fact that they had a son together.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that kind of was like, I mean, I would rather watch 4 than 2 because
Wow.
I don't care.
He really does
Not
not
me.
like it.
I do not like 2. 2 is garbage. Sorry. Not sorry.
We've also got a comment saying Lord of the Rings has the best ending of all the trilogies.
I mean, which one? Because there's like
they've got multiple endings, so I think
just-
again what Brett said, what makes a good trilogy is, or was it you that said like summing everything up,
Summing
closing
everything
all
up.
the windows or
Yes.
doors or whatever you want to call it, and just
Lord of the Rings wraps it up.
it wraps it up.
Really
it wraps
does.
it up very well.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, I agree.
We got Justin on Facebook saying, I would say my favorite trilogy of all time would probably be The Matrix. Although it did.
I thought about that one too. I did.
Well, it says right here, although it did fall off from 1 to 2, I really think they saved it for me with 3, which is weird because
A lot of
3
people
One
don't
that
like
everybody
3.
hates.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
don't like 3.
A lot of people don't like 3 because it's the most confusing.
It's very confusing.
It is extremely confusing. Now, Brett, if you were to ever watch The Matrix, I'd be glad to watch them again. I love The Matrix trilogy.
Oh.
It's only because I can follow it being a nerd. And I understand the lore of it, and I've also watched the Animatrix, which is a 4th kind of just a whole bunch of different stories in the Matrix universe. And it
Yeah.
gives you more backstory and stuff. And of course, Enter the Matrix, that game that came out on PS2, that also has more backstory to 2. So that gives you more information, but I'm not going to play that shit. That's old. And then he also goes on and says, does it count since they're about to make a 4th? And what I responded to him, and I'm going to say this for about quadrilogies and anthologies, they always do something unique where it can make or break a franchise. Sometimes it brings back a new story that should be told, but most of the time after a 3rd, you best be prepared for a split audience.
Well, look at Scream 4.
But I love Scream 4.
Scream 4 is awesome.
It's arguably that Scream 4 revived that entire...
I feel so. Yeah, if it wasn't for Scream 4,
I don't think I'd like
Maybe,
this.
but you have to consider that I wouldn't necessarily say it revived it because when year did Scream 4 come out?
2010,
So,
right?
and Scream 5 is looking at 21 or 22, so
Yeah, they're filming
did it
now.
really?
I'm
Revive
excited
it?
for
Well,
it.
they brought a
though.
TV series in.
It did, but it's forgettable.
It's keeping it
Yeah.
alive, I think, though. Scream 4 is keeping it alive.
Well, you can say the same thing
No,
about. Hey,
Scream
whoa,
4
whoa.
is not keeping it
Wait a
alive.
minute.
I
Just
think
the
it
fans are keeping it alive,
I
not
don't like it.
not the previous movie that everybody's forgotten about.
Think about Halloween.
What about it? Which
So
one of the
you
20?
you could say Rob Zombie had a piece there, and then
Apparently, Rob Zombie ruined it, but
well,
he did.
at least he kept people talking about it.
Right. But the thing is about. I mean, it's been revived. And we can say the same thing about Texas Chainsaw too. But
Sure.
yeah.
By then, you just
Texas Chainsaw, after
they're a
watching
joke.
that,
Well, yes,
watching
but
that 3D movie
it's
has now made it a joke to
it's
watch
the
that movie.
horror genre. That's what they do. They put out movie after movie after movie, reboot after reboot. It's just what the horror genre does.
Yeah. So
Oh, by the way, we forgot one really awesome trilogy.
what's that?
John Wick.
Yeah, we did.
I didn't like the cliffhanger on 3 though.
It's fine.
I loved it.
They got to stop with the cliffhangers.
That's what makes
No.
movies
You know what would be better?
What?
You can have a cliffhanger like that, but start filming them back to back so
Yes.
there's less
Oh,
time
okay.
between.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I mean, when was 4 supposed to come out?
No,
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't even think they're filming it yet.
Really?
I thought that they had started, but
They
they
say
stopped.
2022.
Yeah, I thought they started filming, but they had stopped due to COVID.
Those movies don't take. Well, that could be. I didn't think they take a
Because I
18
remember
months
seeing
to film like Jurassic Park did.
Yeah, I remember seeing footage or seeing a thing about about it being filmed already.
What? John Wick? I didn't see.
4.
I
Yeah.
didn't see anything on that
Oh, I thought I did.
when I looked it up.
Oh,
It's probably in.
Was it there in the works?
It was probably greenlit, so there was pre-production.
maybe that's
Right.
what it was.
I think they greenlit it right after 3 came out because it made a ton of money. Like it
Okay, maybe
does.
that's what it was.
So
yeah.
because I don't think before 3 came out. Before 3 came out, I
We
don't
didn't know
think
there was
4
going to be a 4. Yeah.
But they're like, oh wow, people really love this trilogy. Let's do another one. And
Yeah.
Well,
get Keanu on board.
did 3 wrap up anything at all? I mean, I don't even remember 3
I think
doing anything for the genre at all.
Maybe not the genre, but the story.
I mean,
the lore.
Did we learn anything? Did he? Is there anything about his past that came back to haunt him? Because I was waiting for that pencil trick.
well, you see the pencil trick, I think, in 2 movies.
Well,
no, I don't know.
I think you see it
again.
yeah, I wouldn't mind watching
in
those
2
again.
and 3. I think he does it.
Shoot, I don't know.
I know he definitely does in 2. I don't know about 3.
I think they brought it back. Like I'm pretty sure there's like some little thing that goes.
See,
back
I barely.
To
I
it.
see. They're all blurring together. I don't remember them.
Yeah, it's hard.
really well.
Mm.
It's been a long time.
And I've only
so.
seen 3 twice, which
Yeah.
was in theaters and then again
When
when
we
it came
watched
out.
And we're gonna be watching The Purge
Yep.
this week. We're gonna get all 3 in.
Was there any more comments?
Not on
Oh,
Facebook,
yeah,
though,
I've
but
got-
Alex has got
I've got
stuff
some.
on Instagram. I just wanted to remind people that we will be talking about The Purge
Purge.
next week. We'll be talking about all 3 of the. If we can get the 4th one in, and we'll talk about the 4th one as well. But
Yeah.
The 4th one is a prequel, so it's less essential to the story of.
I
1
think
through
I
3.
like the 4th one more than
The 4th one is good.
the others.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the first one a lot.
It's
so-
definitely better than 2.
Yeah. But so
I
Alex has
did-
got some Instagram.
Yes, and I do want to point out, like, going back to my Lord of the Rings trilogy here, like, my dad was really cool on YouTube and put the one line for all of Lord of the Rings that sums up the whole entire trilogy, which is, you bow to no one. Like, that just gives me chills. Like, that's, like, the best, like, they could have ended the movie there. But no, instead they had, like, 10 other endings after that. But
I mean,
it was
did
like,
you cry?
Oh,
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I
I will be
cried. Like,
honest, I
just,
did cry.
Just saying those words out loud, you bow to no one, like, I have chills.
I
Like,
think-
that was, like, the best line ever.
It's because the acting was done so well. I'm just gonna
Everything
say
is
why,
amazing.
Why it worked for me is because the acting works so well. You can see the struggle they go through this entire trilogy.
I mean, I'm a fan of Elijah Wood in his serious roles.
Yeah,
I don't really think outside of serious roles, to me, I'm not a fan.
right.
But like his from Radio Flyer to this movie, like
Yeah.
anything he's serious in is like, he's a very good serious actor.
So
I think he tries to be funny.
yeah,
I don't really like that. But anyways, okay, so to go back to Instagram, we've got DSTM Sports Podcast.
shout out to them.
They said my favorite trilogy is Beverly Hills Cops or any Fast and Furious.
Oh,
Don't really know if you can count Fast and Furious because it's more of a
Unless
saga.
they're just counting like the first 3.
well,
Fast and
Tokyo
Furious.
Drift didn't do much for the franchise. I don't think.
You could argue.
If it introduced.
I don't even know how you would calculate Fast and Furious in it.
Because Fast and Furious was 4, and that I don't remember that. That was like, I think that's the worst of the entire series, right?
What?
Fast and Furious, the 4th one. There's 2.
No, I would say 3 because 4 is when they brought back the original characters and
Right.
started this bam, 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 bam.
But the
movie.
timeline's weird.
Yes. it is.
Going on, we've got J Movie Talker JMT podcast. They said, for me, what makes a good trilogy is the continuity through each film. My favorite trilogy would have to be Back to the Future.
There we go.
There it
there
is,
you-
Brett.
there you
You
go.
got one.
So there's one for Brett.
For
We've
Brett.
got two for Brett. Back in Time podcast. Back in Time podcast says, easy, Back to the Future. You have to give the audience something new, but also something they loved about the original.
Brett, were you surprised I watched these movies in a week?
I was surprised that you watched them without any nagging. You just decided to do it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't mind that being Trilogy Trivia again too, but
Alright,
we got
keep that
Christmas
in
season
mind.
coming up, so I'll probably
Yeah.
do some Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the Santa Claus. We don't want to watch those.
you know what? Honestly, that's what came to my head first because I have not seen 2 and 3.
Oh, you want to see them?
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind
Two's
watching
actually
them.
not that bad.
Two's, yeah. We just
We may only be able to get in 2 Christmas trilogies though.
so we got
Yeah.
Die Hard for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure. That's coming.
So you get to pick the
Um,
other one on there. Like, yeah, think about it.
Last one, we've got the Fickle Fanboy podcast. They say so many things. Good acting, solid cast, well thought out plot and writing. Even despite all of that, my favorite is the original Star Wars trilogy.
Okay.
Interesting.
I don't disagree with anything he said, but the things that he said of why could be true for any one movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. You did a good question on
Yeah.
that. I think that was really
Oh,
good.
actually, I think we just got another
Did we really?
response just now. Yes, we did. Just now from the Terrible Terror podcast. I'd say the Hatchet movies, stupid fun films, and Victor Crowley isn't really a part
I've
of the
never
trilogy.
seen
Well,
those.
kinda.
Is that a horror?
I don't know. Look it up. Hatchet.
Hatchet.
I remember
yes.
there were Hatchet books, but it was about a kid being a
Dude,
survivalist.
it's kind of interesting you said that because I've been seeing that all over my Facebook feed of the Hatchet book because I follow 90s nostalgia Facebook
Sure,
things
sure.
and people have been talking about it for some reason.
I read the first one a couple years ago just because I remember reading it in school and I revisited it. It's a good read.
It is a good read. Gary Paulson.
Yep.
It looks horror. Yeah, it's horror.
It's horror?
horror. Yeah.
There was The River, which was the sequel,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was the third one, which was it's called Brian's Winter, which
Mhm.
took place as if the river never happened.
And if he never got away,
And he
from
never
it.
got rescued, yep.
I remember reading those books, and I don't know why. I still remember them like so well. It's kind of crazy. It just, I guess, it affected me that well. Like it was a really good read.
Are you talking about? I'm sorry, I was reading the comment, but are you
Hatchet.
talking about Hatchet?
Yes.
Like the
Yes.
book?
Yes.
I think we read that in like 8th grade.
I think I read it a couple years earlier than that.
I
School.
read it when it was
5th or 6th grade.
accelerated reader.
Maybe
Yeah.
yes, or maybe it was middle school. when
Because
we
I
read
think it's
that.
like a 5th or 6th grade reading level.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Back
It
in the-
was
Back in the
definitely
90s, so it's probably like a 2nd grade reading level now.
right. It's ridiculous now. Like
Think about that.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember all of how they pushed reading on us? So it was like, hey, if you read 100 hours
you
by
get
the
a
end
free
of like, you get
personal
a
pan pizza.
Well, yeah, it's the Pizza Hut
it's the
thing.
Pizza Hut
Yeah.
things. Like pushed reading on us like crazy. So now like, we've got my freaking nephew that's gonna be 9, and he's probably reading at like a high school level
Well,
right
I'm saying
That's no joke.
It's
yeah,
in-
that's not joking.
For
I
real.
think it's important to do that.
It is. It's
young
very good.
because people don't read anymore. Like even
No,
I don't
Mhm.
read.
I don't
Like,
read.
and I wish I
I've
did.
always been
It's
a
just so-
bad reader.
It's just so time consuming.
Well,
I already don't have enough time as it is.
Exactly.
I'm
No.
not even a parent. I've got hobbies.
it's more like I think it's more for me. It's got to catch me
Early.
and grab me like the first few pages and
Audiobooks.
On it, yes, and that may be my new podcast, but that's why I read about things I know that I'm interested in, which is why I've been reading not so much lately, but the Splinter Cell franchise has a book series. So
Did you just start it? Or...
I didn't know it. I've read there's probably 6 of them, and I think I've read them over the last 2 or 3 years.
Josh,
Oh,
what
okay.
is the last book you read?
The last book I read. From
Actually
cover to
read.
cover?
Not audio.
From cover to cover?
Yes.
Let me think about that one for a second. What's yours? Don't do that. What's that look?
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my God, that's true. You did.
I mean, I'll agree with everyone. Like it's a good book. I don't want to be like,
Okay.
oh, it's a good book. No, it was very well written. It's a good book.
Gosh, let me think now.
I jumped on that bandwagon. It was a few years after.
Actually,
what?
I think it was might have been either Jurassic Park or The Lost World.
I've considered going back to those.
Those are good.
What was your
especially
last one? But cover to cover.
Oh, actually, it's probably the Brett Favre's book that he didn't write. Somebody wrote about him. But honestly, I am more I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I'm more likely to read a book on my iPad versus in my hand, like a physical
book.
Well, I mean, I guess I would still count that as reading a book. I'm just saying cover to cover from start to finish.
I may avoid it if it's the physical book versus it's on my iPad, no problem.
Right. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure like I had started the second 50 Shades of Grey, but
you didn't finish it.
I didn't finish. It was more like I didn't have the time because we started moving.
Yeah.
So I didn't do it.
And then you never got.
I remember like you would be cooking and I'm like I'm just gonna read through a few chapters and it ended up being like you'd have to take the book away.
I don't remember this. I really don't remember this.
Like, let me just read one more chapter, and then I would like keep him up. I'm like, you have no idea what just happened in this book.
And then we watched the movies, and you're like,
that was seriously that. I don't know if I can.
Do you think if the
that.
chemistry was?
Nope. They missed.
We didn't watch the third one, did we?
No.
We didn't watch 50 Shades Freed.
Nope. No.
Oh.
They missed a lot in the first movie. A lot.
Wasn't the Christian guy wasn't he badly cast?
They didn't like each other.
I liked the way that he was cast. I liked the way she was cast, but
their chemistry sucks.
Their chemistry on screen, I agree with everyone, was horrible. It is not the way that it was in the book.
I remember Charlie.
Basically, you were like they're like ripping their hearts out for each other, kind of like in a sexual and loving way.
Okay.
Alex is gonna go into detail on this book.
It's a really good read, guys and girls. Like it's a good read.
I remember Charlie Hunnam was in line for that part, but he did not get it.
I don't think that he should have gotten it either. Like I agree with I don't know who the dude is. I don't remember. But I think the way that they describe him in the book and the way they describe her is very visually right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any more comments?
No, that's what I got.
Yeah, all right. That was a good question.
I guess
actually.
that's all I have.
Responses. Yeah, I mean, Alex, do you have anything else you want to talk about before we go into plugs here?
Yes.
Please don't say space.
No, we're not talking about space. We already talked about space.
Oh,
Brett,
man.
are you gonna watch The Docking tonight?
No.
He's not. That sounded dirty, Alex.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Are you gonna watch The Docking tonight? It's a new show on something.com.
Gonna watch some Vikings and then go to sleep because I'm probably going to work pretty darn early.
All right, so Josh and I were talking about on the way home after dropping Patrick off at the airport.
I couldn't tell you what we were talking about. I was half.
Oh no, I would have forgotten him, but I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
And that's one reason I don't want to get rid of my note.
Right.
Like I like writing things down real quick. Brett, apparently you and Josh had this conversation, I think at Tower, about pooping at bars.
Oh, going to the bathroom at bars.
You said like
going number 2 in a bar stall.
Like
you said absolutely don't do it.
You said people don't poop in bars.
They shouldn't.
Or they shouldn't. I kind of wanted to have this conversation with you.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of like, we're all friends here. But why won't you take a poop when you have to poop no matter where it's at? I don't get why some people
I
have to wait.
It's more, I have trained my body, even if it's inadvertently, to not go unless I'm comfortable in the surroundings.
Right.
So it's more like kind of like the shy bladder thing.
Sure.
But are you shy pooper, or is it just you don't want to? Or like what is it about it?
I definitely don't want to in a public restroom.
Why?
Right.
I don't know. It's just I don't.
Josh, I know that you prefer to poop at home. Everybody prefers to poop at home.
You have no idea how many times I go at work.
Well, I know, but nobody's at work.
You drink coffee at work?
I do.
That's why.
See, coffee doesn't have that effect on me.
My number is way higher than most people's. They're like, I haven't gone in like a day or two. I'm like 4 times a day, no cap.
Wow.
I know, but that's healthy though.
I
feel like that's healthy.
That's a lot.
But there's so many people, especially like I feel like it's very a big deal in a girl's situation because everyone's like, I don't poop at work. I'm like, why not? Like my thing is like if you gotta go,
Why not?
like
Why
if you
not?
gotta go, just go.
You know-
Poop stinks. Oh geez, if you,
You know
drop
how
a
hard
deuce,
it is to hold that in?
I know, but if you
God.
drop a deuce and it stinks, like just if you're that concerned, keep a little spray of
Spray it. Something.
of Toodaloo with you.
Febreze works.
I mean-
Like
Earwick.
potty spray or whatever. Like
Anything.
it's not that big of a deal. People poop.
Well, and I think also the in a public restroom, the acoustics are echoing.
I guess so. They're just like you're like
It's like I can't even
You
do it.
didn't even
I
do
can't-
it
I
right.
can't do it. And then it's like echoey. It's like an echo. I couldn't do it.
Josh is like got a loose butthole over here.
Well, I mean, 4 times a day.
I guess, man. It's either that or you got a real tight butthole.
I remember at flashbacks one time, there's this guy in the stall. I don't know if the door was open or what, but the two of the bouncers are in there like yelling at this guy because he's been crapping for like 20 minutes.
Oh my god.
And I think he might have clogged up the toilet. I'm not sure, but it was
Dude,
hilarious.
There was a time when someone took a deuce in flashbacks. I peed and I was gagging. Like I was sitting there like it's going. I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of this bathroom.
You guys think that a girl's bathroom is all like pristine and like we don't poop and it's like
I'm sure
all
it's
nice
dirty.
and clean.
No,
It's definitely
it's-
like from working in restaurants and comparing cleaning bathrooms. The girls' bathroom is always cleaner than the men's bathroom. I will tell you that.
Okay.
But I will say it's not as clean as you think it is. There is definitely times when you go to the bathroom as a girl because you guys have urinals.
Yeah.
So we still have to sit down to pee. We don't have urinals.
Yeah.
So when we walk in, we still have to go into a stall. Every girl knows what to do. You push open the door and go, not that one. Not that one. That one maybe. Not that one. Okay, I guess we're going to go back to this one.
Really?
Because they're gross.
That's
You have to pick one stall, and you even tell the girl, the stranger next to you, don't go in that one.
I was talking about this at work with
I'm not joking.
with some guys,
yeah.
and I think we're long overdue for the self-cleaning public restroom.
Yeah.
And what
Are you talking
that
about like a
means-
thingy?
well,
Go
we'll
ahead.
Get to it.
I
It
don't know.
basically turns into a car wash. There's a huge drain in the floor. You close the door, you start it up, and it just,
You fog it.
but with like disinfectant and soap and water, and then you turn on some huge jets and it dries it all. You would just have to have
Oh wow.
like the either the paper towel or the blow dryer, anything electrical would need to be concealed.
Get in touch with Elon. He's probably thinking
Elon,
about
can
this.
you make self-cleaning bathrooms?
That needs to be a thing. you
That
know?
needs to be a thing. Well, they already have like the self-replacing toilet ring thing at the airport where you can see like your actual it slides away.
Like as soon as you sit, like
When you stand
the
up?
seat, yeah, the seat cover, or whatever. When you sit down, it has like a sanitizing thing, so it goes through, sanitizes it. Like so, some people have to put down paper when they poop or pee or
you
whatever.
don't do that at some airports. They
Yeah.
have this actual.
Well, that's
Or if you're a
cool.
girl, you just learn how to hover.
Right.
I can't
Hence
imagine.
why our toilets don't look amazing.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you can't imagine.
I mean,
like,
if you're
it's
hover,
Guys' bathrooms don't get that bad
well,
then.
the floors do.
bad. The
floors
floors
do.
do.
I don't know why that
Whenever
happens.
you walk into a guy's bathroom, you step in, it's like sticky, because you guys piss all over the floor.
I don't.
Look, I don't think
I know
it's-
how to aim.
I don't think it's a complete miss. I think it's backsplash.
Oh God, think of how gross that is.
Yes, which means you're walking around in it.
Ah.
I will say that that's not how it is in a girl's
They
bathroom.
need
though.
to
We have
invent
a
that
nice
self-cleaning
floor.
bathroom like now.
Our toilets are nasty, but I will tell you our floor is clean.
I'm sure that somebody's thought of that, and it's either way too expensive or it's just not feasible. But it would be nice.
It'll eventually work out.
I would think so.
We gotta get out of here. We've right, unless we want to keep going with the toilet humor.
No, I'm all good.
Okay, well, we've learned a lot about each other.
Yes, we
tonight.
have.
The more you know.
Alex,
I'll
go-
poop anywhere. Josh has to poop at home or at
I
work.
don't necessarily have to, but
I always think about the line from Jurassic Park.
when you gotta,
gotta
When you
Right,
gotta
yeah.
go, you gotta
Well,
go.
Josh, isn't there just like 2 or 3 people in your office?
No, there's
just,
one.
Just me.
So,
For the most part.
Well, that
that doesn't count.
would count as being comfortable. So why wouldn't you go at work?
I do. I go multiple times at work.
I would consider that bathroom to be mine.
I think the people that I work with, like I work with a bunch of girls, we're so close and with what we do and stuff, like we're basically on top of each other all the time anyway at work. Like my job cannot be social distancing. Shut up, Brett. But we're so close knit to each other. Like seriously, if we're doing something and one of us is bent over, it's seriously like we will tell each other, hey, don't go over here. I have to poop.
Oh.
Or one of us will go into the bathroom and be like, go to the other bathroom. I'm going to be a minute. Like, I've never worked with like a bunch of girls that were that
imagine.
honest with each other. I'm like, oh, okay.
Is the only male the doctor?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, Alex, go ahead and plug your Twitch.
All right. If you would like to watch me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I am going to be playing nothing but Call of Duty for a really long time.
Wait, what about when you start in Gears?
When she starts her Monday afternoon
When I go back to my Monday afternoons.
When is that?
I'm not
Soon,
sure
actually.
yet. Like
Probably after
I'm,
Thanksgiving,
it's
right?
I'm pushing like I might do what I did last year, and then after the holidays and stuff are done, I might do like a
So
January.
Brett's gonna be right. You're not gonna touch Gears campaign until 2021.
Honestly, it sounds fine to do it that way. It's gonna be the middle of the winter. I'm gonna like that's what I like
You
to
just
do.
come up with excuses.
No, it worked. It worked out great with Halo.
I think I predicted that in like July though.
I think you did.
Yeah, you probably did. Either way, you might be right. But anyways, I'm really enjoying my Friday, Saturday, Sunday night streams, which is I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, by the way.
Black Ops Cold War.
Black Ops Cold War. I have played 2 4-hour streams of the stuff, and Josh both times has had to kick me off of the game.
I have because I'm tired and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
And I'm over here like one more game. And Josh told me last night. I was telling the girls this at work today. So I told them this. I was like, Josh said, you know, you're being like the husband of the relationship about the whole playing video games too late. You have to go to work in the morning. I'm like, but I want to play Call of Duty.
You know, maybe if you got started before 9 o'clock, you wouldn't have to stay up until 1 a.m.
Well, by the time we get stuff done and we're
that doesn't need to be an excuse on the
and-
weekends.
Yeah,
you can
it's
start
like-
earlier if you want.
Yeah,
Let's start
I don't
earlier.
know. It's
Just saying.
Alex, start earlier.
Whatever.
My idea.
Either way, Call of Duty, by the way, I'll just do a quick like review. I love it.
You can pick it up and play it.
Yes, you can pick it up and play it. If you played any Call of Duty game, any Black Ops game ever, you can just pick it up and play it. The interface is very user friendly.
It's a lot like 1.
Campaign got a 7.
I didn't see the campaign review.
I don't know. I'm giving the multiplayer right now a 9.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's very good. I have really no complaints about it, but one. Which is I think it's the same issue we had when all the cross-platforming started, which is we have to restart our game multiple times, and when we're trying to, if we back out of matches, and then if we're playing with a PC player or a PlayStation player or something, like we just don't connect right away, and everything freezes up. It's also a new game, so I don't want to like knock it down, but
it hasn't been patched yet.
Honestly, that's the only reason it's not a 10 for me right now. Other than that, it's great. I love it. Yeah. I love it a lot. It's amazing. It's addicting. It's awesome.
Rick was actually, I think he was enjoying himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten some. He's actually,
awesome he was doing pretty good. Actually, even on hardcore.
Yeah.
So lots of fun.
If you want to follow me on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me stream on Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think I'm going to do some Call of Duty, and Saturday mornings I'll be doing Fall Guys. I think that's what I'll be doing anyway.
When's that update with all of like this?
It already happened.
Oh, it happened with like the spikes and stuff?
I haven't launched Fall Guys since. So I'm wondering if I can even get a crown anymore, because that stuff looks tough.
It does. It looks like they just revamped the first level.
They kind of did. They added a whole bunch of extra to it that they might not have.
It looks fun for me to watch not for me to play.
Yeah, you'll never play it again.
Nope. Nope. Sorry.
You've X that one out.
Nope. Not a platformer.
As far as our podcast goes, if you want to make sure you hit that like button, if you're still watching it, we do appreciate it. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast as well. We do appreciate your subscriptions, and hit that alarm bell for when we go live. That'll be every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to follow us on any of our social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast, and Twitter is @PTOUnlimited. On there, you'll see our weekly memes of our questions. We don't really have one yet, but we'll get one out.
I wonder if we should do like, do you poop in public?
No. Alex, get out of here. I think you have a poop obsession.
Why?
I
I
think
think
you
it's a
do.
funny question. I think poop stuff is funny.
You guys like that Friday scene when he's taking a shit on the toilet, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Friday.
Yeah.
Not so much him just doing that, but then calling Craig in there while he's doing it.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you to come out. I've been smelling your shit for 20 years. You can smell mine for 5 minutes.
Oh, man. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @Lemke619.
Brett_Williams.
Brain fart over there.
Cute _kitty.
I was thinking about that scene.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
crap.
I don't really know if we have anything to final off on, right?
No.
Do you have anything? Yeah.
No.
Have a good week, guys. Yeah, join
Stay
us.
safe.
Yeah, stay safe. Stay,
Be nice.
be nice. Stay clean. Oh, make sure you're nice to the retailers these next
Oh,
couple of
thank
weeks
you.
for
Yes.
sure.
Be nice.
It's going to be hectic for everybody. So,
Mhm.
yeah, just be patient. Patience is a virtue. Do have that. So,
Yes.
catch you next week, guys, for episode 235.